I can start with the footing. Okay, so for the footing, select this one, footing, and then here I can just simply type here 1.5 by 1.5, and then click here. Yeah, this one is 1.5 by 1.5, and then enter, and then this one is 800. That's okay. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I can just simply click 2, 3, and then 4. Okay, and then column. So for the column, it will be 400 by 400, and then the let's say the color is this, and then here the height is 2550 and 0, and then just simply click, 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 and then click. Okay, I have also column here. Okay, as you see there. And then now for the beam, so my beam is 700 by 400, 700 by 400. That's the color. So from here, 1, 2, or I can simply 1, 2, and then I can use my split command here, and then click at the center, or I can click here. It's the same. I can split. All right. And then I just add another beam here, and then beam here, beam here. I haven't used my copy and move command yet. Huh? All right. So now I have this column and beam. Okay. So I will go to the plane view. If you notice here, I create that one directly in the 3D view. Anytime if you want to move to the 2D, it's also can. Huh? So here the slab, I did not put the slab thickness there, but here I will just put here 500, and then it will be behind. So front it will be up, middle it will be at the center, and then behind is below the line. Okay, so I'm going to pick on this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then middle button of your mouse. Okay, and there you go. But you will notice here, okay, maybe I'll just change the color again. You will notice that because I picked the grid line, it's there, right? So I need to extend my, let's say I need to extend my my slab, let's say 1 meter each side. So the easier, there are different ways. One is select the slab, and then Alt key to select this handle, and then right click and then move from here to here 1 meter. Okay, that's one way. The other way is, the easier way is direct modification. What is direct modification? Click this direct modification, click the pick on the slab, and then here I can just simply 1000, 1000, 1000, and that's it. And then turn it off again. Okay, so you can easily manipulate that one. And then let's add now the what do you call that, the wall. Okay, so let's say my wall is this 2850 by 150, and then this time I'm going to change that one as a left. Okay, left, so that if I click on this one, 1 and then 2, or I can just simply click the whole thing, this, and then here. Okay, and then middle button of your mouse. Okay, from there I can just simply use my split command. So 1, and then 1, 2, and then this one again, this one again. Now the reason here I did not click, because I need to show that handle so that I can split to that handle, the same handle, and there you go. And then here also select and then split on the handle, so that you can have this. Later I'm going to have a connection there. Alright, so that's the that's the wall. So maybe I will just add another wall here, concrete panel. I can also click on this. If I don't want to put that one in the center, I can click on the side of the column. That's also the same. So here, so that's one. So this time is a different way of modeling by adding on the side of the column. 2 and then 3. Okay, so the other one is at the center, the other one is at the side, but later on I can have a same output. Okay, so once we have this one, okay, we can now copy to the second floor, and then to the first floor, and then second floor, right? But here we can add also the slab first. The slab. So the slab, okay, earlier I show you this slab, but now I'm going to show you the floor layout tool. Floor layout tool. So what is this floor layout tool? Floor layout tool, you can change the slab as a planks, or as a hollow core, or a double T slab. So you can change that one inside. So look, if I click on this floor layout tool, look what will happen. I can just simply click on this side, 1. So look, 2, and then you can see it will divide into the, but maybe I will just go to the counterclockwise. So 2, so that my slab will be like this, 3, and then 4. So look at my slab. That is the slab. Okay? At the moment, this one is hollow core. This one is hollow core. But I can change this one by simply double clicking on this hollow core. So you can see here, let's say, what is the thickness that we are doing? 90, let's say 90 by 1/2, okay, for the planks. So I'll just type here 90 by 1/2. Again, because that one is parametric, I can easily change that one to 90 by 1/2. And then maybe I'll change this one to 3 so that it will be green. And then going up, I'll just change this one to general. So here, I'll put it like this, modify, so it will be up the wall. Okay? If not, let's say for example, later on if we have a cut, then I will leave it as it is, something like this. That one is okay, because later on, maybe I'm going to have a cut, or even I can add more details here. If this one is 90, maybe I move up another 200 is, let's say 110. Modify. So here you can see that there will be a space for the screening. Okay? But again, this one is just a layout of the wall. And then if you notice here, look, this one is placed exactly on the this edge, right? So if we want to change it going inside, so I need to do the offset here. So let's say I'll put 60, then this one is 60, then this one is 60, 60. If I have a 50 millimeter skin, I have 10 millimeter gap, and then I have now this slab. Are you following that one? Okay, good. So because in that case, once you have the okay, look, if I say control 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it only affects the non-component element. If I say shift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it will only change the component. Shift is for the component, control 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is for the normal element. Clear? Okay, so once I have this, I can just simply select all by tilting the model, and then right click, tilting, and then select by window, and then right click. You can now here copy linear. So copy linear, going to Z direction. So Z direction, it means here. So what will be the height? 2,850. How many? 2 floors. And then copy. So you have now the building. Let's keep this model for a while, okay? And then let's add another grid line so that we can do the modeling on the other side. Because this model, we will come back to this model when we do the detailing. Detailing, it means adding the connection, adding the reinforcement. So we will go back to this model. At the moment, I want to show you some items that we can use in our modeling. Okay, so double click on this, and then here I just want you to type 10 times 4,000. Double click on the grid line, and then change the Y 10 times 4,000, and modify. Don't modify, and then fit work area. Okay, so you modify. So we are going to do some work behind this building. Okay, so this is the we will create some work here. Okay, first is I want you to learn how we are going to create a construction point or construction line. You know what is construction line? Construction line is something like a temporary line for your reference or guideline. Okay, when you do the modeling. Now, usually we find in AutoCAD there's a construction line, right? In Tekla we have construction line. At the same time, we have this construction point. Construction point, only the point. You can see the X there. That's the point. So that point is also, we can do the layout using the construction point. So construction line, you'll see a lot of lines. This one points is something like, you know, the connect the dot game. So it's something like that. So you need to create a point, and then from that point you can connect and then create an element. Okay. So how we're going to do the layout for the construction point. Okay, first thing first, we have the tools to create a construction point. So if you go to the edit, okay, go to edit. So under the edit, you will find here the points. Okay, so points. You have the online. We're not going to discuss everything here. I will just give you the commonly used points. So, number one is online. Online, it means if I click on this one, online. So number of points, 1. So it means from this line, or this point to this point, so I want to create number of points from this point to this point. So it means it will divide equally. So if I have number of points 1, and then if I click 1 and then 2, 6,000, right? So there will be a point there, midpoint. If I press here 3, how many points it will create? 3 points. 4 space, but 3 points, correct? So click here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have 3 points. So in that case, this one is very useful, especially if you're if you are creating something like a joist or a planks. Okay. So look, sample is 3. Apply. So on 1, 2, 1, 2. So in that case, I can easily add now, let's say a beam here, 1, 2, 1, 2. So this one is divided into equal spaces. Okay, to check if this one is correct, divided, go to edit, and then here, horizontal distance, 1, 2, 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 5. Okay, so that one is divide equally. You don't need the calculator to divide that one. Okay, so now let me just delete everything again, and then here, if you can see that this one when I delete doesn't delete. Okay, to enable for you to remove this temporary dimension. This dimension is temporary for checking purpose. So right click, and then redraw. Right click and redraw. Again, points online, I can specify the number of points. If I say 15, okay, look, 15, apply. So if I click from here to here, it will divide into 16 equal spaces. Alright? So that's the divide line points. So next is even here, even diagonally from this point to this point. So that one divide into equal points.
Is the point 3D? Is the point 3D?
What do you mean 3D? It's always X. It's always X. Yeah. Okay. But of course, sometimes you just need a point. Let's say I have again 3. Apply. So this one is in relation with let's say here I want 1 and then 2, and then here 1 and then 2. So in relation with this one, I use the construction object line. This is the construction line. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Construction line, you can change the color. You can change the color of the construction line. But construction point, it's fixed color. Actually, in new version, it's quite good because they changed it to blue color. Last time, construction point is only yellow. It's difficult to see. But now, they changed it. Okay? So that's the construction point using divide line points. Okay? Next.
But we can change the construction line color?
Yeah. Only the construction line. Construction point, no.
Construction point?
No. It's fixed.
Because normally our background is black.
Yeah, but I would suggest you go to this. I mean, this is the normal background color of Tekla. But I don't know if we change this. We can change it to black. Okay, we can change it to black. But that construction point, I'm not sure if can change to yellow color again. Let me see. Point. Use point separator. Drawing point scale. No, doesn't show any. Because for the grid line, if your grid color can be changed, okay, grid text font can be changed as well, and color work plane, okay. If you have because at the moment, look, our grid line is black. If you change it to black, then you will not see the grid line. But since I have the option to change the color of grid line, if I change the black background, then I can change the grid. But for the point, I think it's, I'm afraid it's not. But anyway, if point is something like for the beginner, it's very important for you to know how the points. But later on, you don't need the point. Or maybe if you really want a black background, then use the construction line, because construction line has a different color. Okay, next is the parallel to 2 points. Parallel to 2 points. So if I click on this one, it will ask to put the distance. So what distance? So look, if I change this one to 500, let's say from this point I want 500, here 500. So that offset, I'm going to create a beam there, 500 offset, right? So pick first point on line. Okay, what we have used here, we use parallel to 2 points. parallel to 2 points. So it means we're going to offset the 2 points that we pick. Okay, so parallel to 2 points. So 500 here, apply. So look, first pick the first point on line. So let's say I'm going to offset here, and then I'm going to offset here. So it means from this point to this point, it will offset 500. So this one is, oh sorry. So this one will be 500. From here to here, it's 500. Okay? So now, what if, what if I want to have a 500 here, from here 500 and then 1000, from 1000 and then another 500 and then 1000, alternate. So I can still use this parallel to 2 points. So here I'll just type here 500 space 1000 space 500 space 1000 and then apply. Okay, so if I click here 1 2, so that one will offset 500 1000 500 1000. Okay, now what if I want to have a 1000 from here, 1000 from here, and then from here also 1000. So 1000 from here, and then back here 1000. So what value do I need to put here? So again, parallel 2 points. So this one from here 1000 space minus 2000. Yes, correct. So 1 2, because it will start where it ends. That's why it's 2000. Clear? Okay. So the other one is, before you try, the other one is this along extension of 2 points. This along extension of 2 points is similar to the parallel. The only thing is this one is only one. It will create only 1 point. Okay. Look, let's say 1000. Apply. So I'm going to offset 1000. I'm going to offset 1000 millimeter from here to here. Okay, so in this line, I'm going to offset 1000. So pick first point on line. So the first point on line will be below this point. Okay, and anywhere on this point. Okay, 1. And then the second point on line is exactly that point, because I'm going to offset that 1000 on that second point. Okay, so click. All right, if I click from here to here, and then it will go to the other side. Correct? If I put here 1000 and then negative 2000, apply. So it's either here or here. I start. It's okay because the output is the same. Okay? If I put negative, let's say negative 2000, apply. So if I click from here and if I click here, where it will offset? To left or to right?
Right.
Yes, to right. Because it will go back. That's negative value. Okay? So can you try this one, this 3-part? Kindly try this one. Online, parallel to 2 points, and then along extension of 2 points. Okay? Identification of that one. I mean, if it is a black, it means you are on the same plane. But if the point changed to red, then it means you are not on the same plane. Okay, this one. Have you seen this arc along arc using center and arc points? So if you click on this one, this is how you create the perfect angle. The angle, if you want to have some angle, then use this one. So let's say I want to have a 30 degrees angle. Pick the center. So from this center and then here, let's say 6,000. If I click this one, then it will offset to 30 degrees. Sorry. Apply. So pick this one, 1, and then let's say 3000. So there will be a 30 degrees. So this one is 30 degrees. To check if that one is 30 degrees, you can click angle. So 1, 2, 3, that's 30 degrees. Okay, again, if I put here 60 degrees, apply, so pick center 1 and then 2, so that one is this one, so 1, 2, so that one is 60 degrees now. Okay, so okay, to check if that one is 60 degrees, then again you need to use the angle. So 1, 2, 3, 60 degrees. So what's the use of this degrees? Okay, you know our UCS, this UCS, right? This UCS, we can change the degree of the UCS. So if we have this arc point and then we have this UCS, I can change the degree for the UCS. So look, just an example here is if I want to create a okay, let me just delete this one, redraw. Okay, let's say in this case I'm going to arc point, so this one is 60 degrees, so 1 and then 2. So apply, so 1, 2. So I have now, this one is 60 degrees now, right? This is 60 degrees, correct? So now if I want to change my UCS here, I can go to view and then work plane, and then here using 3 points. Using 3 points. How? So click this one and then 1, so that one is my X, and then this one is my Y, positive Y. And there you go. So X, Y. So look, this one becomes now my new 0, 0, 0. If I double click my grid line and then create, what will happen? It will go to this point, right? And then it will be diagonal. So this is the other way around. Earlier, remember this morning how we create this diagonal one? Move, copy, and then rotate. This one, change the UCS and then create. Same output, different way of doing it. So it's your choice which one is much easier. Okay? All right. So now let's move on. So using the construction point, you can do a lot of things. Okay? Especially when you create a let's say a slab or the embeds. Okay, so one example is this. Okay, look, I'm going to create the construction point. Okay, let's say this one, create parallel 2 points, let's say 300, apply. So from here, then this one will be 300 as well. So that one is 300, 300. So in that 300, 300, I can use my steel and then use my plate, steel plate, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, middle button of your mouse. Then I have my 300 by 300 steel plate. Okay, so from here, let's say I want to create, okay, see, if you notice here, if I go to Control P, it will go back again to the whole model, right? Now, I don't want to use this one, but what I'm going to do is, so this one is the application, actual application of this. So there you go. Now, let me change this one back to the normal, X, Y, Z plane, and then say change. So it will change to 0 again. Okay? So from here, the actual application of this one, let's say I want to add points here. Okay, so I can now create again the points, edit. So the point, let's say I'm going to use the parallel point again. Let's say 50. Apply. So 50 from here, and then 50 from here, and then 50 from here, 50 from here. So I created that point wherein I can now add my, okay, so I'll just change this one, or sorry, I'll change this one to behind. Okay, so from here I can now add the stud. So using the steel and then beam. So for my beam, I will use here, let's say D diameter 12. Okay, diameter 12. D12. Okay, so middle. So if I look, I can easily click on that position, right? So what is the height? Let's say 100. So I have diameter 100, and then here, let's say I want to have a 10 thickness, but this one will be diameter 25. Modify. So now I have the stud. So all I have to do is to copy 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have now this embedded plate. Quick and easy. So this one are made of steel. Okay, all I have to do now is this one to add this one as the assembly. So add to assembly. So this one will be one assembly now. See, it's one assembly. If I select this one and then move, I can move that one as one assembly. So using the construction point. Okay, can you try to do this one first using the construction point, or maybe I'll just create something that you can try. Okay, so but the moment, try this one first. You can use the steel, because anyway in the precast we must use the steel element as well, right, for our embeds, grout tube, and so on. Okay, the casting plate, yes. From here, edit. So points, I also use the parallel to 2 points. So if I click on this one, 50, right? Apply. So 1, 2. So that one is 50, and then 1 parallel to 2 points. I say 1, 2. So that's 50. 1, 2. That's 50, and then from here, 50. From here, 50. So now I have the 4. That. If you want to select an object, so you select object in assembly, or object in component, or component. Okay, so I select these 8 items, and then right click. Since this one is a steel, you can see here, add to assembly. If it is a concrete, it is add to cast unit. Okay, so that's the difference. So add to assembly, and then I click this one. You can see now the orange color. That one is the assembly now. So here, if I select the assembly, it will highlight the whole thing. So it's one assembly now.
Can we put it individual?
Huh?
Can we break it to individual?
Yes. Just simply right click, assembly, explode,
Oh, okay.
or remove from assembly. Explode is individual. See,
Okay.
but here.
I cannot select which to separate from the assembly, right?
Let's see.
Oh.
Assembly, make into assembly. Okay, that's one assembly.
Yeah.
So let's say you want to, there is a select object in assembly. So this, let's say these two, right click, remove from assembly.
Oh, okay. Good.
So now, if I select the assembly, wait, no, just wait. Assembly, remove from assembly. I don't know why it's this assembly, remove from assembly, this one. Okay,
Okay.
So there's an option to remove that one. Okay, so this is the assembly. Okay, because if you notice here, there is an component and then there is an assembly. So this is always the thing that we may ask that what is the difference between component and assembly? So assembly, as you notice, that one is the how you make this one as a one assembly. This one is for the shop. Usually, if you talk about assembly or cast unit, that one is the one you produce to shop, to the shop floor, to the factory. Okay, it's one assembly. Component is usually used in our detailing. Component in CAD terms, it is like a block. Block. So one block could be two assemblies, correct? One block could be one assembly. So vice versa. One assembly could be in one block. But basically, a component is usually used for our modeling, in the modeling level. But assembly, we need to produce this assembly enable for us to serve the shop floor. So they will know what are those elements connected to each element, so to form one assembly. Okay? But that can be consist of a component. Alright? So don't mix it up. Alright? So you will notice earlier, okay, one example is this. So this one is a component. But this component, how many assemblies I have in this component? Many, right? But this is only one component. Okay? But again, if you click on this assembly, it selects the individual assembly. But if I select component, it selects the whole component. So this many assembly can make up one component. Alright? Okay, so you finish that other part? Finish? The lifting anchor and then the PD, and then after that one, we're going to discuss the move copy command. Okay? But of course, once you finish that one, you can okay, again, as I've told you, we can approach this one in a different way. Okay, the things that you're doing is okay, but sometimes, even for me, I feel sometimes what I'm doing is okay, but sometimes there are users that they feel that okay, I have a better way to do it. So there's no wrong way as long as you have the same output that you can get. Okay, that's the Tekla way of doing it. So okay, let's do it in the let's say I'm going to do these splice sleeves. Okay, so I'll just click again the beam. So for this one, of course I will just change this one as a splice sleeve. It's always important to change the name because later on it will help us. So this one will be PD 50 by 5. Okay. So click 1 and then 600, right? 600. There you go. So in this case, you can create, right click, you can create the view, 3D views of part. So you can isolate the 3D view or default views of part. So it means it will create 4 views. The top view, the side view, the front view, and then the 3D view. Okay, so here. So from here, you can now close the view that you don't want and then only open the view that you're going to use. Okay, so in this case, I can add now the PD 25 by 3. So from there, here, I can just simply use my construction point. So this one, construction point, parallel 2 points, -2, -100, apply, and then from here to here, -100, and then here to here, -100. So I have already this point, and then I can use this point to create my other part. Let's say a beam, and then this one is 25. Let's say 25 by 5 or 25 by 3, and then pick one, and then let's say this one is let's say 80. So this is the one, and 80. This is the one. And then here, I can just simply add this one. I don't need much of a detail for this one. Why? Because all I need, especially in precasting, in the drawing, in precast, if you are not really fabricating this one, we don't need to create the full detail of this splice split. Why? Because you just buy this one from the supplier, right? All the important there is the name and the quantity. Because the name is something like I say the code. Because in the code the name is there, and then the height and then the thickness, right? So the code and then the quantity, that's most important. Even if you want to model this one, if you want to create a model, you don't need really to put the exact shape. You just put the representation of that particular item. Much easier for you. You don't need to spend much time. Okay? Okay, now, but what I want to tell you is we can do that one. We can do that one. But sometimes the thing that we can do, it's not necessarily. So we just leave it there. The most important is we know how to do it. Okay? So going back to the other one, so let's say this one, as I've told you, you can just simply select these two and then copy. Okay, just put it here. And then from here, I'll just simply say beam again. So beam, what is the size? PD 30 by 5. Okay, so just simply click 1 and then 2. And then this one, just change this one to behind. And that's it. Yeah.
Can we change the size of the thickness?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can always change this one. Let's say 10. So the 5 is that is the thickness.
How about the 12 dimension?
This one.
Yeah, that 12.
Okay, what do you want?
Can we change bigger? How to change that 12?
Okay. You can change this one by moving that handle and then 5, something like that, or you can use the direct modification and then here. Okay, so that's how you do that one. Now, let me show you how we can use the move command and copy command. Okay, move command and copy command. Okay, first is I have this. Let's say I have a beam. Sorry, I'll use the poly beam. 1, 2. So this is my poly beam, right? So the rotate and copy, the copy, rotate and copy mirror works only as in Tekla, works only in the X and Y axis. This is X and Y plane. If the plane is X and Z or Y and Z, and then you rotate, it doesn't work. Okay, you need to change the UCS to be X and Y on this one, because normally the X and Y is like this, right? This one, if you want to change, you need to change the X and Y like this, the plane. So enable for you to work on the copy mirror, copy rotate. Okay, so that's the first rule. Now here, okay, what the difference, right? If I simply copy, click copy, so it will say pick the origin of copying. Let's say this one is the origin. So this one is like a copy multiple in AutoCAD. So click here. Right? So in this case, you can copy this one. Let's say, for example, this is different. This is different, so you can copy. Correct? So that's the normal copy. Now, if it is a copy copy linear. So it means if I click this one and this one, it shows me the direction of the copy, right? So it will show me the value here. And then number of copies too. So this one, in case that the one that you want to copy is a constant distance or same distance. So you simply copy. So I have now the 2. Okay? So that's the copy. So if I say copy 4,000, and then while copying 4,000 in then Y is, let's say, 500, copy. So it will be something like this. It's like a ladder, right? Alright, so that's the copy linear. Now, first, what is second is the copy mirror first, copy mirror. So copy mirror, of course, obviously, copy mirror. So let's say this is the mirror line, 1, 2, and then here, copy. So it will just copy mirror, as simple as that. Okay? So again, if I want to copy this one, copy mirror. So this one, middle, and then copy. So that's a copy mirror. Okay. Now, next is the copy rotate. Copy rotate. So let's say here, I have a let's say I have a 50 by 200. 1, 2. Maybe 1,000 only. Okay, so 50 by 100. So copy rotate. Copy rotate is this. If I select this one, okay, let's do this. Okay, so select, right click, copy, special, rotate. So pick the origin. So where do you want to rotate? Here or here? So if I rotate here, if I click this one, it will give you the value where it will rotate. Correct? So now you can change this one. How many number of copies? Let's say 10. And then what is the angle? Let's say 20 degrees. So 20 degrees into 10, copy. So that is the copy rotate. You get it? If I put here a negative 20 copy, so it will go to the other side. Correct? Now, look at this one. What if I say pick again this one, all right? And then here, number of copies, let's say 20. So let's say this one is 15 degrees. So every 15 degrees, I want to move, let's say 150. So 15 this one, I will copy 15 degrees here. 15 degrees here. So what will happen? Spiral staircase. So if I copy this one, this is the spiral staircase. So if I add now the D400 here, so that's the every 15 degrees it will go up 150 millimeter, 15 degrees 50. So that one is a spiral staircase. Okay, so that's the copy command. But again, mirror is the same thing. The only thing is the displacement of from one place to another place, but totally same same command. Okay, but instead of duplication, it will be a displace from one place to another place. Okay, so can you try this one? Try it, and then once we try this one, looks like we did a lot of things today. So once we have tried this one, then we can move on to the detailing. Okay, detailing, it means I can discuss now the types of details that we can create, the different cuts. Okay, so at least we have a lots of topic that we cover. Okay, so right click, create view, default views of parts. So it will give you 4 different views. So these 4 different views, again, this is all mainly focused on this beam. On this beam, and then here, front view, top view, and then this one is the side view. Okay, so you can do whatever you want in different view. Okay, but this one is not just a 2D, but you can always rotate that one. That's how Tekla works. Okay, you can work on the 3D always, even though it's a plane. Okay, so now you understand that this one is the, okay, look, you also notice that once I click, let's say this column, create 3D view. Okay, this column. So it shows you all the neighbor parts. What is the neighbor parts? The beam that connects to the column. Okay? Now, question, what if I want to create a view only for column? I don't want to see the beam connected there, because all I want to see is the whole assembly of the column. Is that possible? Yes, it is possible, but you need to have a different selection. So let's try. Okay, again, if I select this beam, right click, create view, what will happen? All the neighbor parts will be shown, correct? But if I select assembly, okay, and then select this beam and then right click, create 3D views of part. Okay, default views means 4. So it gives me only the isolated one. Now, the question is, hey, the previous one, what is the use of that previous one? Of course, that one is very useful. Why? You know where to connect. This one, okay, you can concentrate on the element itself, on this particular assembly itself. But connection-wise, you cannot check, because it doesn't show the neighbor part where it is connected, right? So both has disadvantage and advantages. So it's again, it's your own decision whether you want to use select the assembly or select the component when you create the view. Okay, but both are possible to create. Get it? So this one is if you want to isolate the view. Okay, another thing is this. Maybe before I go to the detailing, it's better that you know some other commands here. Let's say, for example, I want to see this wall, okay, but look, this beam interferes in my view, and then I cannot see this wall, right? So all I have to do is select all of this, right click, and then press the shift key and then hide. So I can hide the element. Is it deleted? No, it's hidden only. So the question is, how can I restore that one? How can I show it again? All you have to do is select the view, right click, and then redraw. Again, there are two types of hide. Look, if I select, I don't know, in version 18 it's the same. Right click and then hide. Okay. So no need to press the shift key. Actually, redraw. Again, select, hide. Okay, no need to press the shift key. Everything will be hidden. Last time, when you don't press the shift key, there will be a line. I mean, the center line is still there, but now it's okay. Right? So, redraw. Now I create again my shortcut for redraw. Instead of right click and then redraw, I just simply say W, and then it will redraw.
So you can assign the command to certain shortcut.
Yeah, that
is default.
Okay, yeah, I think that is the one that we discussed earlier when you went out. Yeah?
Yeah, auto beats like that.
Yeah, but no need for you to do the program. But here, just for you to review, you go to the settings, and then you go here, keyboard shortcut. It's very simple. Just simply type here, let's say redraw. Okay, redraw all views, and then you type here the.
Oh.
You just type. No need for you to like auto lift. You need to key in the a little bit of line or codes, right?
Okay.
So this one you just simply type, and then that's it. It will save.
So you can only have one letter.
No.
You
Yeah, one letter, but you can use Alt W, Control W, or Shift W. Shift.
Okay.
You can create your own. But let's say, for example, I go to this one and then enter shortcut. Let's say Control M. I put Control M as my new shortcut. Oops, conflict. There's already Control M, which is command for move.
Okay.
Okay, so you try not to do that, to use that one. Okay. So now, again, what if this wall, I want to show only this wall. Okay, right click, show only selected. So it will show only that wall. But again, I want to show only the wall. I don't want to see the ghost image of the other element. Okay, W. Okay, this is the time that you press Shift key, Shift, right click, and then show only selected. Let's say these two, show only selected. So now, there you go. Clear? Okay, and then press again withdraw.